me tell you something, man. Music has to be the way of life. It changes us all as people. This is Stef Saucy Talk episode 7, which is available on YouTube at Stef Saucy Talk and also will be available as a podcast. And let me tell you something, man. I've always enjoyed, being around the music, especially as myself as a DJ, you know what I mean? It's really incredible because today I'm gonna be addressing the music industry and what Apple Music and Shazam has done with the partnership. When I look at music, right, I think of unforgettable moments. Get it? Unforgettable. French Montana. Also, when music has history, tremendous amount of history from back in the 80s, 90s, and even early as the 70s. You had thriller moments. Get it? Michael Jackson. I can go on and on about, different types of songs in society that have changed the world and has really brought people together, just to be Despacito, get it? Daddy Yankee, Justin Bieber, the whole crew, Louis Fonsi. So, I really feel like, a lot of things happen the way they are because you look at some of these artists, man, they really blown up. I mentioned Drake. From the 2010 till now era has been an era worth of a lifetime. 9 number one albums, you know what I'm saying? Almost going to get that 10th mark to pass Elvis Presley, and also has over 100 Billboard, singles on the charts. You know what I'm saying? So obviously a tremendous amount of accomplishment for that guy over there in his camp. But also we look at the other part, you look at these emerging artists who just popped up, like Lil Nas X, and has a number one, song in Billboard history. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know what music can take someone and how far it can reach the audience, right? Because we got over 100 countries in this world, right? And now all these streaming services are trying to integrate these countries into the world of listening to music, right? Music comes in all shapes and sizes and forms, and different people enjoy different things. As far as goes to EDM, to UK rap, Bangladesh stuff, Russian hip hop. I mean, Brazilian. You know what I'm saying? It's a tremendous amount of variety you could listen to when it comes to music, and Apple Music just announced the Shazam Discovery Top 50 chart that they will be adding to Apple Music because it was just announced today on Billboard's website. So if you ever go to the browse menu, you will see Apple Music and Shazam partner up with each other, all right? And they got around 50 songs. Like I said, some of these names I've never even heard about, but of course, I mean, that's the art of not knowing someone that could be the next breakthrough artist. And I think that's the thing that these labels want to see, people want to see. And then if you're a real fan of music, you'll understand, hey, look, it's not always about the type of music you like, but just to open your mind to different type of sounds and stuff like that. It's just incredible, all right? This is not going to be a long, you know what I'm saying, video, for Stef Saucy Talk, because music is in front of you each and every day. We listen to radio. That's another thing I want to address is radio and how mainstream it could be at times. He'd be like, damn, man, why we keep listening to the same damn music around the same damn times every day? Obviously radio stations, they go on websites, right, that they get their music from, and based on the charts of what fans want to hear, that's what they base their music off of, all right? It's not a matter of fact of if they like Drake more or if they like Lil Tecca more, you know what I'm saying? It's about the numbers and how fluid is flowing through the world, you know what I mean? And look, sometimes it's very confusing. We don't understand certain things, but if something's hot, it's hot. They gonna play it non-stop. Like when people was hearing the song by LMA, Booed Up, they was like, damn, man, she really getting on that love. But hey, look, it's a fire track, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mustard and 10 Summers Records, man. That guy really did a lot of big things. And also, I think music really shows a true character. Look at a guy like Nipsey Hussle, and I mean to mention this because he came from, like he said, nothing to something. And his raps, not he never meant to brag about anything. If you look at the song Higher featuring DJ Khaled and John Legend, what a great track that was. He really, spit some bars on there that kind of related to his death, but obviously, we're not thinking about that as human beings because it's a rap lyric, and if he was still alive, we wouldn't have viewed it as that. But, shootout in LA, it was broad day. Shit, they gotta learn the hard way. And you know what? He's trying to even he also tried to mention about his daughter and his son. He said he's starting to see the shit from a bird's eye view. You know what I'm saying? And now he's above in a better place if you believe in that type of stuff. And it's amazing, man. What artists can do in society. I look at guys like um who's another guy that doesn't get a lot of credit. I mean, a lot of New York artists like Jadakiss, Fabulous, stuff like that. Not so much in the mainstream era, but they do have lyricism, and they do go forth and they go hard on every single tape, every song. I mean, I'll be honest, that's from what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? So I think Apple Music has set the platform for a lot of things. Um, Not too long ago, before Apple Music, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no such thing as streaming services, right? I'm not even talking about just Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, all types of other streaming platforms, right? You used to have, websites, of course. You still got them like datpiff.com, my mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But physical copies, you know what I'm saying, are not as big as they were before. And you look at the units for artists that come out with albums. Yes, they making over 100 to 200 units, but still, the streaming services have a lot of big difference when it comes to revenue and amount of people listening to it. Just last year, Ariana Grande was the most streamed female artist on Spotify. All right, so shout out to all these platforms giving artists a chance, but then at the same time, you gotta ask yourself, how do I get to that level, right? We all want to be big at something. We want to perfect our craft. I myself feel like I'm big at, doing what I do with the Saucy Talk videos and my radio stunts. But it's a matter of timing, man. And I really hope that system that Apple Music is really promoting with the Shazam Top 50 is genuine and really is some good music, man, because it wouldn't be fair to artists that been grinding for years and years and they don't get their chance to get on there, right? Because numbers do matter, they always say. So someone that's dropping a track every week, and I think I heard this from Gary V, from Varner Media, saying that an artist should drop a song every single day. That's kind of tough, and that's kind of really hard to do because you don't want people to focus on something different every day, I would say, because you want one song to be a hit, right? And if that song ain't a hit, then you put out the music, I think, in my opinion. Every day we're consumed to different media, different news. That's a different outlet compared to dropping a song every day, all right? Because content is key, I get it, but I think the main thing about it is having that person share that one song and letting it catch fire. And then once we get ourselves established, then we drop more content. I think that's key. I got guys that's in the studio every day working on their craft, man. Really just passionate about the music and the media, industry. But it's not even all that half of the time. You want to do your own thing. You want to start your own label. Be a boss of your own content. And that's key. And Apple Music has helped me a lot. I give them credit. They have a bunch of playlists that break it down. From the Down South Explosion to the favorite tracks from the 90s, R&B, to R&B A-list, the rap caviar, the hottest tracks in today's society. So, I really am appreciative of streaming services, and this new platform that they're announcing, hopefully it does some good. I can't really speak on it too much, but hopefully it does a lot of good, and it makes, emerging artists really get their name out there, because that's what it's all about. You want to stay focused, you want to stay positive, and be the best artist you could be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what it is, but in 2019, heading into 2020, it's the start of a new decade, folks. We done went through the teens already. Now we're going through the 20s. All right. So this is going to be a different era starting next year. And this is just one way to start that off by just adding Shazam. And Shazam, man, I swear, like, there's a lot of times where Shazam is really helpful. I'm like, damn, what is that song? Bomb. It pops right up. You know what I'm saying? Although, don't get me wrong, sometimes they have trouble with finding, let's say, like reggae and dancehall songs that you don't, remember from back in the days because maybe those songs weren't actually, published and they don't haven't featured on streaming services. So that's the only knock I would say. But Shazam is very helpful and it is for the future until something else new comes out. We want to see what that's all about, right? Stef Saucy Talk, very short video. I'm coming back for another episode. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. Check me out. Tell a friend and tell a friend. You know your boy's here. It's Saucy Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. tomorrow. Wednesday night, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Hip hop and reggae music. Also, nothing but the hottest singles out. You know what I mean? And also, I interview artists and students. So you can also hit me up on my gram at Stef Saucy at It's Saucy fan page. All right, that's what it is. Enjoy. Stef Saucy, I'm out.